Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Saturday, May 20th, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Kansas City Royals vs Chicago White Sox. KC is a bad team in a worse division. Will two teams finish above .500 in the AL Central this year? One way or another, this division race should be a close one. The Royals score 4.04 runs, 24th, and hit .234, 23rd, with a .686 ops, 27th. They've launched 44 long balls, 22nd, and stolen 31 bases, 13th, in 2023. The Kansas City pitching staff has posted a 5.26 ERA, 28th, and a 1.45 WHIP, 26th, with 7 quality starts. Lyles will take the mound for KC in Game 2. The veteran righty is coming off consecutive losses and lasted just 2.1 innings in his most recent outing versus Milwaukee. He pitched a complete game in his previous start, but it wasn't enough to lead his team to victory as he surrendered 4 runs on 6 hits. That outing came against the White Sox, who he is 1-4 against in his career, 8 appearances. The Royals are 0-9 in Lyles' last 9 starts, and the White Sox are 4-0 in Giolito's last 4 starts versus a team with a losing record. The Royals are also 1-4 in the last 5 meetings in Chicago. The Royals recently won 3 of 4 against the White Sox, but I'm picking Chicago to win straight up tomorrow afternoon. Giolito earned the win in his last outing versus the Royals on May 9th, holding them to 2 runs in 6 frames. Now in his 7th season with the Southsiders, he has plenty of experience against KC and will use that to his advantage Saturday. Lyles has been a train wreck this season, giving up 4 or more earned runs in 7 of his 9 appearances. The White Sox tagged him for 2 homers on May 9th and could have similar success tomorrow. The right-hander has surrendered 2 or more long balls in 6 of his starts this year. Our team pick is White Sox money line. Chicago's season has been nothing short of a disappointment. 13 games under .500, the Southsiders are 8.5 games out of first place and won't be a factor in the division race without a long winning streak before the end of the spring. The White Sox average 4.24 runs, 22nd, and hit .244, 18th, with a .702 ops, 21st. They've hit 50 homers, 15th, and stolen 25 bags, 24th this season. The Chicago pitching staff has a 5.26 ERA, 29th, and a 1.46 WHIP, 28th, with 16 quality starts. Our total pick is over. Baltimore Orioles vs Toronto Blue Jays. Baltimore is ahead of both Toronto and New York in the AL East standings, with a 3-game lead over its division rivals. Are the Orioles prepared to outlast the Blue Jays and Yankees in the dog days of summer, though? Baltimore scores 5.00 runs, 9th, and hits .253, 13th, with a .754 ops, 9th. It's hit 53 homers, 12th, and stolen 41 bases, 5th this season. The O's pitching staff has a 4.13 ERA, 14th, and a 1.30 WHIP, 15th, with 12 quality starts. The Blue Jays are 0-4 in Mano's last 4 starts versus American League East and 0-4 in his last 4 home starts versus a team with a winning record. The Orioles are 4-1 in their last 5 games, with a total set at 9.0 to 10.5 and 19-7 in their last 26 games versus a starter, with a WHIP greater than 1.30. Baltimore has the second highest road winning percentage, 61.9% in MLB, and is 23-13, 63.9% against American League foes this season. Mano has been sloppy on the mound, lasting less than 5 innings in 4 outings, with a poor KBB ratio. Bet on the Orioles to upset the Blue Jays on Saturday afternoon. Our team pick is Orioles money line. Toronto didn't fare as well in New York as it did in Atlanta, failing to capitalize on the momentum it generated in its sweep of the Braves. Losers of 5 of their last 10 overall, when are the Blue Jays going to make a move up the AL East standings? Canada's team scores 4.64 runs per game, 12th, and hits .256, 11th, with a .735 ops, 13th. Toronto has hit 47 home runs, 18th, and stolen 34 bases, 10th this season. The pitching staff has a 3.93 ERA, 10th, and a 1.27 WHIP, 11th, with a league-leading 23 quality starts. Our total pick is over. Chicago Cubs vs Philadelphia Phillies. Chicago let one slip away Wednesday night as they fell to the Astros, suffering their 5th straight loss in the process. The Cubs entered Friday tied for third in the NL Central with a 19-24 record, leaving them 5 games behind the Brewers for the top spot in the division. Against Houston, Chicago got 3 hits each from Christopher Morel, 2 runs, RBI, and Seiya Suzuki, 2 runs, 3 RBI, to pace a 13-hit attack yet fell short. Suzuki, his 4th and 5th, homered twice, while Morel, his 5th, also went deep in the loss. Drew Smyly didn't factor in the decision after throwing 6 innings, allowing 1 run on 4 hits with no walks and 8 strikeouts before departing. Brandon Hughes, 0-1, took the loss as he allowed 1 run on 2 hits with 1 walk and no strikeouts in 1/3 of an inning. Jameson Taillon is on the mound for the Cubs as he makes his 7th start of the season in this contest. He comes in 0-2 with a 6.66 ERA, a 1.521 WHIP, 7 walks and 26 strikeouts over 24.1 innings of work this season. Taillon didn't factor in the decision in his last start, which came Monday on the road against the Astros. He threw 4.1 innings, allowing 4 runs on 7 hits with 1 walk and 1 strikeout in a game the Cubs eventually dropped 6-4. In his last 3 starts, Taillon has no record, a 9.58 ERA, a 1.74 WHIP, 3 walks and 10 strikeouts over 10.1 innings of work. Taillon makes his 6th career start against the Phillies in this contest. He is 1-2 with a 6.86 ERA, a 1.525 WHIP, 5 walks and 25 strikeouts over 19.2 innings of work. Taillon is 1-1 with an 11.57 ERA, a 2.571 WHIP, 5 walks and 12 strikeouts over 7 innings in 3 career starts at Citizens Bank Park. Both teams have struggled as the Cubs went into Friday, losers of 8 of their previous 10, while the Phillies had dropped 10 of their last 15 games. Taillon has struggled in his first season in the Windy City as he has dealt with injury issues and some bad luck. His FIP ERA is a healthy 3.75, nearly 3 runs lower than his actual ERA, so some positive regression is due for him at some point. Nola has been up and down, though some of that can be attributed to a lack of run support. One need look no further than the loss to the Rockies in his last start when the Phillies were blanked at Coors Field. Until we see Taillon put together a solid couple of outings, you have to fade him accordingly. Give the advantage to the Phillies in this contest as they get the win. Our team pick is Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia was swept on the road by the Giants as they were beaten in the finale of that set Wednesday afternoon. The Phillies entered Friday 4th in the NL East with a 20-23 record, leaving them 7 games behind the Braves for the top spot in the division. On Wednesday, Philadelphia got 2 hits from Tree Turner and JT Realmuto, 2 RBI, in the contest. Bryson Stott, his 3rd, homered in a losing effort as well for the Phillies. Taijuan Walker was roughed up, failing to get out of the first inning as he allowed 4 runs on 4 hits with 2 walks and 1 strikeout in 2/3 of an inning, yet didn't factor in the decision. Gregory Soto, 1-3, took the loss on the mound as he allowed 3 runs on 5 hits with no walks and 1 strikeout in 1 inning of relief. Aaron Nola is on the mound for the Phillies as he logs his 10th start of the year in this one. He comes in 3-3 with a 4.53 ERA, a 1.114 WHIP, 12 walks and 43 strikeouts over 55.2 innings of work on the year. Nola took the loss in his last start, which came against the Rockies on the road Sunday afternoon. He threw 7 innings, allowing 4 runs on 6 hits with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts in a game the Phillies lost by a 4-0 score. In his last 3 starts, Nola is 1-1 with a 4.66 ERA, a 1.09 WHIP, 3 walks and 15 strikeouts over 19.1 innings of work. Nola makes his 8th career start against the Cubs in this contest. He is 4-2 with a 4.74 ERA, a 1.053 WHIP, 14 walks and 52 strikeouts over 43.2 innings of work. Nola is 45-25 with a 3.22 ERA, a 1.069 WHIP, 169 walks, and 769 strikeouts over 646.1 innings in 104 career starts at Citizens Bank Park. Our total pick is over 9 runs. Detroit Tigers vs Washington Nationals. The Tigers have cooled off after a hot start to the month and split their last 6 games. They will try to get back on track with a win over the Nationals, which will give them their 4th win in their last 7 games. Detroit is averaging 3.49 runs per game. Their .229 batting average is 27th in the league. Their .294 on-base percentage is 30th, while their 3.49 slugging percentage is 29th. Riley Green leads Detroit with a .291 batting average. Jake Rogers leads the team with 5 home runs, while Javier Baez leads the team with 19 RBI. Detroit's pitching has been good, with the team giving up 4.66 runs per game. Opponents have a .239 batting average against the Tigers, which is 9th in the league. Their 4.34 ERA is 17th, while their 1.23 WHIP is 6th. In his last start, Fido gave up 4 hits and 3 runs in 6 innings, leading to a 5-0 loss to Seattle. They will need a better effort from him if they want to win this game. The Nationals have lost 4 of their last 5 games, but they have played better at home, where they have won 5 of their last 7 games. They are playing well offensively and scored 15 runs in their last 3 home games. Expect them to play well offensively in this game because they have hit the ball well against right-handers, and Fido has struggled on the mound so far, giving up 6 runs in 2 starts. He gave up 3 runs in his only road start and will have a hard time slowing down the Nationals in this game. The Tigers have lost 3 of their last 5 games, and they split their last 4 road games. They struggled offensively during their slump and scored only 9 runs in their last 4 games. Even though Corbin has struggled on the mound this season, he has done a better job at home, giving up 7 runs in his last 3 home starts. With the Tigers struggling against left-handers this season, they will have a hard time scoring in this game. Go with Washington to cover the money line. The Nationals didn't play well over the past week, and they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. They will try to turn things around with a win over the Tigers, which will give them their second win in their last 6 games. Washington is averaging 4 runs per game. Their .259 batting average is 9th in the league. Their .323 on-base percentage is 13th, while their .369 slugging percentage is 28th. Joey Menezes leads the Nationals with a .295 batting average and 22 RBI, while Jeimer Candelario leads the team with 5 home runs. Washington's pitching isn't very good, with the team giving up 4.55 runs per game. Opponents have a .264 batting average against the Nationals, which is 27th in the league. Their 4.39 ERA is 18th, while their 1.42 WHIP is 24th. In his last start, Corbin gave up 8 hits and 2 runs in 6 innings, leading to a 10-3 win over the Mets. They will need another solid start from him if they want to get the win. Our total pick is under.